Kia ora koutou, welcome back to our vlog, the Bookshop Detectives vlog, and it's been a quiet week. Lies. Lies. We've had a really nice week actually, haven't we? There's been quite a bit going on. So Monday, I think last time we spoke, I was just about to zip off and do a review on Radio New Zealand, and I did it, and it was pretty good because the book's great. It's The Mess of Our Lives by Mary Ann Scott. That was launched just at the end of Hawke's Bay Readers' Writers' Festival. So yeah, fantastic book, young adult novel, deals with the very complex issue of hoarding and how children can sometimes be left to parent themselves. Very sensitively done. 10 out of 10. Yeah.
And then on Tuesday morning, I did a review on The Breeze of Serviceman Jay, which is a sort of the life story of a New Zealand SAS operator who got... I'm going to get this wrong now. He got the not the VC, but the one below the VC. But he was there when Willie Appiata got his VC. So yeah, a really interesting read. Enjoyed it very much.
What's his name?
Jamie.
Yeah, and you're going to flash that on the screen anyway.
I will. Yeah, I can't remember his surname.
He's only had 3 coffees.
I want to say Pennell, but it might be something else.
Something like that, isn't it? Yeah. Apologies, Jamie, if you ever in the unlikely event that you will ever watch this vlog.
Yes, don't come and kill us.
No. Okay. That got dark quickly. And
he wouldn't. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy, a nice SAS guy with murdering skills. Fine. Maybe we should start this again. Anyway, moving on. The Look Now Book Fair. So there are a number of schools that we have beautiful relationships with all around Hastings, Havelock, Napier. And Look Now Primary School in Havelock North invited us to come and do a little book fair for 3 days in one of their classrooms. And it involved kids dress up day and kids and teachers dress up day. And we did magic. Garrison Magician, in case you didn't know, we did Magic and Stories on the Tuesday evening. That was really lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
Great bunch of kids.
Good fun. I do, most of my magic is just stupid magic, messing about with the kids, and they really enjoyed it, so that was great.
Yeah.
My favourite magic trick is when I make a poo surprisingly appear.
It does make a poo appear. Never fails to please.
No, kids and myself find it very amusing.
Yeah.
And on the dress-up day, someone came as Eloise from the Bookshop Detectives, didn't they?
I think she actually came as me.
Oh, she came as you?
She came as Louise from Wardini Books. So that was quite lovely. So thank you, Lee, beautiful Lee from Look Now School. That was quite hilarious and it involved a little bit of skullduggery with the illicit passing of a Wardini Books T-shirt on the Tuesday night when I wasn't looking.
I used my magician skills to smoke and mirrors to get that to her.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yep.
A pink wig, and away you go. Anyone can just be me if they want. That's fine.
It's no skill to be in, Louise.
Not really. No, you just turn up.
Just put a wig on, you're
just
fine.
Put a wig on, off you go. Yeah, talk some rubbish. And then Parkvale School also were having a book week, weren't they?
Yeah, so they had their book week, and then that was on the Wednesday, and then sort of as the finale, I did a sort of a big magic show for them, and that was great as well.
A big one?
A big one. Full length. 45 minutes of magic and mayhem.
Does it also include poo?
That one doesn't, no.
Oh, disappointing.
Okay. I save that for the shorter shows.
Yeah. And then we sort of barreled towards Labour weekend in New Zealand. And this is quite funny because Gareth goes up to Armageddon, which I'll get him to explain what that is in a minute, in Auckland. And whenever someone says, oh, where's Gareth? And I go, oh, he's up at Armageddon. Then they look at me blankly. I go, it's a nerd festival. And several times people have misheard that as nude festival, which is a different thing entirely. And I've changed it now to like geek festival, more like a Comic Con, So can you explain what Armageddon is?
Yes, no woman needs to see me at a nude festival. No. That's not good for it. That would be more of a horror festival, I think. Anyway, so Armageddon it's a geek fest. So it's people who love science fiction, fantasy, Star Wars, Star Trek, manga, anime, all that sort of thing. And I go up and there was a little author's alley, so I went up and sold books. I will flash a picture of my stall on the screen because it's fantastic.
It's spectacular. You're an inventor, really, aren't you? As well as everything else.
So. Yes, as well as genius. Best-selling author, magician,
inventor. There's all sorts
bookshop owner. Yes,
Arduino is a word I didn't know until this year.
Yes, me neither. But I love it now.
There we go. Look that up. It's fine. It's fine. And while you were doing that, I had a lovely time. I went to Featherstone, which is a town I adore. It's got such a vibe. I love it. All that wind rolling off those hills and making all the trees just go, they just grow like that. But that was for, Yarns in Barns, which is a Wairarapa festival, Readers and Writers Festival. And the team at Headley Books and Featherstone Booktown had put it on at Featherstone Royal Hotel. And I was in conversation with the rather delightful Mary Biggs. And we just talked about the Bookshop detectives. We talked a little bit about the writing process. We're very interested in how people can survive a marriage when they write a novel together. So that's people. It's quite interesting that's been like a major talking point, hasn't it? How are you still married?
How are you not divorced?
Yeah.
It's because we like each other sometimes. Well, we're just used to bickering for 25 years, one or the other.
People get quite shocked by that, don't they? Because we do sort of bicker, but it's all a joke. But if you don't know that, mostly it's a joke. But if you don't realise that's what we're doing, it can be quite disturbing, I think. So anyway, moving on once more.
Oh, and I've got a good Armageddon story. So I was selling the Bookshop detectives at Armageddon, and a lady came and said, I was going to get it out of the library in Auckland, but I was 300th on the list, so I think I'll just buy it.
Result.
I know, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aucklanders. Keep waiting patiently, or go and buy your book if you're able to.
Preferably, yes.
Get someone to buy it for you for Christmas. And meanwhile, back at the ranch, which is Wardini Books in Havelock North at Napier, Elaine Bickle came in to do a spooky story time with her books, The Little Witch Who Lost Her Broom and The Little Ghost Who Lost Her Boo. Yeah, so and just gave us these adorable little tiny T-shirts with the books printed on the front, and they're going to be a prize. You have about 24 hours to get in your name. We've got a skeleton, of course we have, and you can name the skeleton. There have been some quite cool entries so far, but have a look on the Facebook page or just flick us an email, books@wardini.co.nz if you want to be in the competition. But it closes on Halloween, so whenever you're watching this, bear that in mind.
I think someone said Sherlock Bones, did they, for one of them?
Bones.
That was quite a good one.
There's some nice Latin bony sort of references. There's all sorts. Go on the Facebook page and have a look. Yeah. It's been cool. Yes. What have you been Have you had any time to read anything?
No.
Have you even started Marcus Zusak's book for book club?
Yes.
How are you going with it?
Good. There's dogs in it. He's fighting a dog at a pedestrian crossing.
Right at the beginning. It's amazing. It's like, I'm going to sort this dog out. And he has a massive scrap. It's in Sydney, like in the middle of Sydney. Anyway, when you read the book, you'll get the whole story. And I've been reading Susie Dent's Guilty by Definition, which is her first novel. So she's the lady that she's a lexicographer and a etymologist, so really steeped in words and how they work. And this is a novel set in Oxford of the Dreaming Spires, and it's not the Oxford University, it's not the Oxford Dictionary, but she works for a dictionary. Yep. And someone starts to send these little postcards that seem to be bringing up her past when her sister went missing years before. And they've got sort of all sorts of literary clues on them. And she and the team in the office get very embroiled in that. And what I really loved about it was all the wordplay, but the really good characterisation, because Martha is the woman that works at the dictionary, has all sorts of things going on in her past, and there are many threads to it, and I liked it very much. And Susie Dent's also the lady that's been on Countdown for years.
And 8 out of 10 Cats does Countdown, which is the rude, funny one.
The rude, funny one. After Watershed, I think you'll find.
Yes. And we like Oxford because we used to live near Oxford in the UK, and we would go up on the train and buy fancy candles and go to the pubs and come home slightly inebriated.
Slightly inebriated on the train. And also you were a postman in
Oxford. I was a postman in Oxford for Parcel Force. I had a big lorry, had no training to drive the lorry, and I managed to drive it into many historic Oxford buildings and cars.
When our children were quite small, we went to Oxford for the day, and we took them on a small tour of dents in historic listed buildings that the dad had done with a big post lorry. Yeah, there we go. You too can go on that tour.
Yes, book now.
Book now. All right, that might be us for the week.
Yes. So it was a long week because this is where are we now, Wednesday, and it will be a short week next week. But we've probably got some stuff going on, so we'll speak to you next week.
Yes.
Mā te wā.
Mā te wā.